bum, bum. Hello. We're going to actually win today. And get not one, but hopefully 2 gym badges. Because I decided it would be smart to get at least 1 Pokemon to handle this gym, but we have 2 psychic Pokemon, so we're gonna level them up just a little bit more to get them closer to 30 and see how well we do at this gym. And so right now we are 26 and 28. So we've got a couple more battles until they're 30, and then we should be good to go in. But the big thing for me was it's always been night in the game when I've been playing, because I've been playing at night. So it was, I gotta do a little bit in the morning so that way I actually have morning time. And now we just gotta remember how to get back to the other town. Actually, we are going to stop by the shop first because there's no shop in either of the other towns. Those should be good. I'm going to get like 2 more of those just in case. Yeah, we'll call it good because I have milk. But I am craving to play Scarlet and Violet soon. I also am trying to play the card game, but I don't want to open my box that has my Meowscarada box until I play Scarlet and Violet, as a way to balance when I open them. And so because I haven't started playing Scarlet and Violet, that is going to remain closed for a while. We are going to do these trainer battles, whichever ones I have not done. But I'll do this. Because I got the build and battle decks, which seemed, I guess, deluxe battle deck first, then a build and battle deck, which seemed like a great idea, except for the one that has, you know, Scarada and Sprigatito in it, has 16 cards that are no longer tournament legal. And so I went to play it on the TCG Live. I have no idea what. I'll just try aerospace or assurance. That's what. Why was I going to say aerospace? That isn't aerospace. But a bunch of the cards were not tournament legal because they just fell out of rotation. So I couldn't even see how the deck played because I couldn't play normal matches. And I needed to play with the expanded rule set, which I was having a very unfun time because that is supposed to be very much unbalanced. I guess we'll just see what happens. And so it's, if I want to play in person, I need to rebuild the deck at some point. And to play online, I needed to redo the deck. So I had I think it's Paldean Fates build-in battle box. I haven't opened the packs yet from it, but at least with the cards that came in it that were like guaranteed, I looked at them and some of them looked nice to be able to put into. I didn't even read what Pokemon is, which doesn't matter. To put into the deck, but I didn't get the same cards when I put the code on to TCG Live. So how am I supposed to see how the deck plays if the predetermined cards aren't even predetermined? So we're slowly figuring that out. But that's why I want to open the Meowscarada box, because it has more, I think it's Paldean Fates packs. Which I assume will have a decent amount of grass Pokemon to add to my Meowscarada deck. And then I can get more experience with the card game. But on TCG Live, I have been using Ethan's Ho-Oh from Destined Rivals, or a deck built around that. And that, or I guess it's the pre-built deck that I gave you for that. But that deck is pretty fun to use. And I've had 50-50 success with it so far. And that's just because I don't have a lot of matches. And I have very little experience with it. So I'm facing decks and opponents that, at least, I guess I wouldn't be facing with opponents. But I'm seeing a lot of decks for the first time that I've never experienced. So I was very unprepared because I don't know what to assume from a deck the first time seeing it, other than just, ooh, that's different. That might be scary, and it ends up either not being scary or actually completely destroying me. Like Cynthia's Garchomp. That is a terrifying card, which makes sense because the first time you fight Cynthia, it's a terrifying battle. I mean, maybe even times after it's terrifying, but it makes sense that it lives up to being one of her Pokemon. But I was not ready for how that game was gonna go. So if I open more packs, I get more cards to try and get a working deck to use at conventions or just playing around with whatever friends I end up making that have or that like to play the game. Or I get the codes to use online, which either way, it works out. And I finally put my shelf together on Friday. That was probably the worst experience of my life. I would rather put IKEA furniture together. It was probably I would say it was one in the top 5 cheapest shelves in that style I could have gotten off of Amazon. And I chose this one specifically because they had a lot more options. So it's not like they only sell one product and then they're gonna stop acquiring the stock of it, and I won't be able to buy it again easily if they have this many versions of it. I assume some color will still be available in the future if I wanted more. And I probably won't, because it has little tiny metal fingers that are supposed to slide into slots, but it flexes pretty easily, and so you go to put the fingers in the slot, and then it would bend in a direction, and now it's poking out the wrong way, making it a lot more difficult to get in. And it says you have to put it together with like a rubber mallet, and you definitely do. You gotta beat the shit out of the shelf to actually get stuff in place, and even then it still may not perfectly line up. So I do not recommend this shelf. But I have it up now, and my entire card collection is no longer on the floor, which is great, because it was blocking my air vent, which also probably wouldn't be good for it when it became a heat vent. And now I can actually see some of the things, like the Charizard that I'm originally was going to be like, I'll take out of the box, but now I think I might still leave in the box for a while, especially because of where I put it on the shelf. I installed the second top shelf one notch too high, and so while the box fits in the shelf, I can't pull it in and out without taking the very top shelf off and lifting it through the top. And so while that was not my intent, the Charizard is now permanently locked in the shelf unless I take it apart. And it's nice to actually have everything lined up, but it's just, the shelf is just bare metal, and I think I want to decorate it at some point. So I might be putting a lot of Pokemon stickers over it, which might be a trip to Costco or Sam's Club to get a book of like a bunch of the stickers. I also thought about covering it with duct tape, but the issue with duct tape is that it will peel and become sticky, and I don't want to have, when I'm putting a box in and out, to have it get stuck and now there's sticky stuff everywhere. And I think I want to get lights at some point, and maybe see about getting some of the like risers they make for like spice racks or whatever, just so I can lift some of the boxes up from what I have it now, because I'm using the box from my mic arm to hold some of them up, and then some of the other ones, some random bits of cardboard. I was not paying attention to what all of my Pokemon are. And so that will make it look nicer, and then adding lights to it at some point will allow you to see it better. And so, you know, we'll take it one step at a time to make the shelf look pretty. Okay, that wasn't that bad. Guess I'll just use that for now. Then we'll go visit the Pokemon Center, get our ability uses back. And maybe go visit south of the city to battle a couple of trainers and then come back to the gym. Hopefully we'll be closer to 30 then. For both of our psychics. I feel like out of all of the cities or towns to visit in this game, this one's one of the hardest for me to remember where things are. Especially because everything's on different elevations. It'll be like, oh, I think it's this way, and then it's not that way, because I can't go up the side of the rock, or it's just in the wrong spot. But my goal originally, like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, was to see if I could try to get at least to the Elite Four before... Hello? There we go. Before Anthrocon. That does not seem like it's going to happen. It might. And so that way, after Anthrocon, I can play either Scarlet or Violet for a little bit, and then come back to this. I don't know which one I think would do more. We'll see what Psybeam does. See if we can just... that's good enough. I just didn't want to be trying to use a move that I'll basically be like beating my head against the wall. But if we can do a decent amount of damage initially, then we'd be good. I'm just not a fan of confusion. Give it one more try, see if... Okay, yeah, we will switch out. I don't wanna keep fighting the confusion. That's not as fun. If I use Staravia, I should be good for types to not get my ass beat. Cool. But it is wild to think how my interest in Pokemon has skyrocketed over the past like 3 months. As it went from a little bit interested, I probably shouldn't, to I'm decently interested, but maybe it's just, maybe I'll just replay a game at some point and call it good, to I'm gonna look at some of the cards, or some of the cards look really cool. Oh, I really want this Poochyena card. Oh, it'd be really cool if I got a convention badge made like this card to... Okay, well, I can pull this card from this pack. It's a common one, so it shouldn't be that difficult to get. Then I bought a Scarlet and Violet base set booster box. So I went from I don't want any cards to maybe one card to 36 packs. And that kind of all went downhill from there. But I want to learn how to get better with the TCG game. So it's not all just a waste of money, because I actually want to use some of the cards. And the boxes are pretty. So I'm going to keep most of the boxes, at least most of the ones that look good. I would love to have a bunch of the Elite Trainer boxes, because some of the art on the front of them is so interesting, and I feel like they could look really good, like as a background for something, and then have other stuff in front of it. Where I got the Lego Botanicals collection that I have yet to build, but I can put, like, if I get ETBs, I can put it behind that and then put the Legos in front of it. So now you have your cool boxes and plants in front. And it's a nice use of display display space. Not play place. This is not a McDonald's. That's speed. Okay. That is fine. We can still kill it with another side beam, I think. Well, we'll keep going. I started going through my box of stuff from my parents' house, which had some of my Magic cards in it. And I'm currently not interested in playing Magic because there is a lot of rules and everything to keep up with then that I wasn't keeping up with. And there's even more now. Also, considering the fact that they just released the Final Fantasy sets, everything seems to be in chaos. But I had some sealed stuff that I can't find just because it was cheaper for me to buy a whole set and use the ones that looked cool than the ones that didn't look as cool. Don't know what happened to those. But I found my deck box and my larger old box, because my larger old box had a bunch of the random stuff in it, whereas my deck box just had the 2 decks I played with in high school and some dice. Which, the dice aren't in there, so that was fun. But the deck box has been in a multitude of different places, one of them being an attic for 2 years, so it's not the best spot to keep cards. The cards seem to be okay. They were sleeved because it was easier for me to shuffle sleeve cards, and so I've been doing that for a while. But the Velcro on my deck box, the adhesive kind of died, and so it was no longer staying closed. So I had to replace that. I figured I might as well put my Pokemon deck in there. That way It's in a nice spot. I think I want to get some of the nicer deck boxes in the future. And so looking at some of those, it was kind of difficult to find or figure out which ones made some sense, because some of them are meant for Magic and they have a big spot to show off your commander at the front, and then there's some of them where it's like, oh, it's like a 50 card deck box, but it doesn't specify 50 cards in sleeves or 50 cards unsleeved, whatever. It's like, well, Pokemon 60 cards, can I fit 60 sleeve cards in there, or will it not work? And so a lot of the listings I've seen for some of the products don't give you some of the details in the description that you would expect to be able to find. And so when I was looking for binders, for example, what even is that Pokemon? I will try Dark Moon. I was looking at binders. One of the things that I wanted to do was use put all of the cards I want to keep in a binder in a sleeve and then a top loader, just so that way they're a little more rigid. But when you look at a binder, it's like an extra large binder fits sleeved cards. Well, some of them don't fit regular sleeves, some of them don't fit like even penny sleeves, and some of them definitely don't fit top loaders. Or I looked like for a top loader binder, a lot of them come up with the pockets being loaded from the top, which is not what that means. We will try Staravia because I have no idea what type this Pokemon is. And so, like, I'm looking for a binder that I can fit either, like, semi-rigid top loaders even. Oh, it's a bug type? Okay. Or I can fit semi-rigid card sleeves in. So when I build my collection of Sprigatitos, they're all nice and protected in the binder, which that's not a 3-ring binder because I don't like those anyway to begin with, but they also have a chance of bending cards depending on how you move the pages around. So I was like, that's not something I am interested in. Yeah, we'll give up on double hit. And so when I go to look through like a lot of the popular places for binders, I can't find ones that are the size that I want. And it's like, okay, let me look at the description of them. Let me look on their websites, let me look on Amazon. And it's like, oh, fits standard sleeved cards. Okay, are we talking about like penny sleeves? Are we talking thicker matte sleeves? Are we talking perfect fits? Like how? I don't want to do that. Like, what size pockets are we talking about here? So I ordered one, and it does not fit rigid or semi-rigid sleeves even. And it's like, okay, I just spent $30 on a binder to protect my cards, when it said it can fit semi-rigid sleeves. Remember, large semi-rigid sleeves, and it can't. And it didn't say pocket size. So how am I supposed to know how big it is if it doesn't tell me the pocket size? And it said it fits this. It fits larger sleeves, and it does not fit larger sleeves. So what am I supposed to do there? Or the issue that I found out earlier where, okay, I didn't read on it, it just looked cool. It's like, oh, a little clear deck case. That's nice because I don't want to carry around my double deck box that has half magic cards in it if I'm just going to really only play one deck just for fun, and then find out it doesn't fit sleeve cards. It's like, okay, I guess I'll just use it for storage of the cards that I don't care as much about or I have a lot of. And we'll call it, I guess, pretty. Because if that was maybe like an 1/8 of an inch bigger in both directions, it could perfectly fit the cards with sleeves in it. But you took the top off, which is a little bit larger, and the top doesn't even fit the sleeve cards in that nice. So I can't use it as like storage to have all of the cards be lined up on their edge. So maybe I need to acquire some of the perfect fit sleeves for that. But looking at sleeves seems to also be a nightmare. Like, for example, for the thinner penny sleeves that I have, I got mine a decade ago. Yeah, either 2014 or 2015, so over 10 years ago. I don't remember what they were. They were 100 packs. I think I ended up getting like four or five of them. And I assume it's not that much more, or it wasn't more than $15. What did I just use? I should have been paying attention, but I wasn't. But it was maybe $100, or no. Whoa, that would be like maybe $15 for 500 sleeves. And so I was like, okay, I really like these. Let me see where I can get these same ones now. So they were BCW penny sleeves, and oh, look at that on Amazon, 100 pack. It's $10. Well, that doesn't make sense. Why am I paying $10 for 100 sleeves? Let me go look on their website. $1 for 100 of them, or $4.50 for 500. Oh, that sounds pretty neat. Let me put a bunch of them in, because I can buy like a bunch of the 500 packs. It ended up being like $8 shipping. I was gonna get 500 sleeves to just call it good for now. I don't need to order 2,000 sleeves just to make it worth the shipping. But I don't want to pay $10 for a product that's only $1 just because I'm looking at the Amazon listing. And this was when I first used those sleeves. It was because I had done a decent amount of research, and I had seen people saying that Ultra Pro's sleeves were not really that enjoyable to use. And so I didn't buy them. But now I can get 100 of them for $2.50 or $5. I think one of them was at GameStop for like $2.50. I think that's what it was, or maybe it was like $4 on Amazon. I don't remember the exact price right now, but that seems a lot more reasonable. But then I started looking, and I can get a bunch of perfect fit sleeves. I can get a large order of them. I think it was like, I can get 2,000 of them for $10 with free shipping because it's on Amazon Prime. And at that point, do I just buy the 2,000 just to see how well I like them? So we might be testing a bunch of different sleeves out to figure out which one seems more enjoyable to end up buying because it would be cheaper to buy in bulk. It is a Shieldon. I think that's the ground Pokemon. So we are going to switch. And if it's not a ground Pokemon, then whoopsie. But it is what it is. Maybe it's a steel Pokemon. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It is a ground one because it's super effective. That's cool. So I've been looking at a bunch of different sleeves. I don't know which one makes sense to use, but I have some of the Ultra Pro ones, and they seem the exact same as the BCW ones, which could be because they're from the exact same manufacturer. It could just be that there's not that much of a difference in that type of product that's that thin for what it does. I don't want that one, I think. And so, moral of the rant. I wish more companies would give more detailed specifications on some of the products they are selling. Because that would seem like common sense and would be very helpful. We are going to switch Pokemon. Different pull up. I'm pretty sure. This was from the rock gym, so it makes sense that it's a rock or ground. So it gets one shot by water. It's very helpful. We are going to try to level up our giraffe a little bit more. Because I know the psychic move does a decent amount of damage to it. I probably could have just used Stomp. But it's not like we are rationing moves here. We are right next to the... I did not look at which one it was. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay, we will do Brick Club. No. I needed to do ground because it's a steel type. I can't use steel against it. I have fire. Okay. I was like, I removed some of the Pokemon so I can level some others up. Where's the Pokemon I need? I didn't have my electric type. I don't have my Geodude. Everything's going downhill. I almost went down my 3D printing rabbit hole again. Because I went looking and I was like, I want to use a prop in fursuit for Anthrocon, which Anthrocon is 3 days away, mind you. I looked at this last week, so it was 9 days away. And I was like, it would be really cool to have an Elden Ring or Dark Souls Greatsword as a prop to use. Well, let me tell you, that was an interesting journey, because half of the stuff you look at is not named in a cohesive way, or you can't tell where some things are shipping from, or it's like $500, which I wouldn't mind paying $500 for a high quality art piece, but for a foam sword, I don't think $500 was what I was interested in. We're so close to 30. Does it show me the bar here? It doesn't. Is there a spot that I can... No. Okay. Wait. 1,200. Okay. Now we'll go into the gym, do the first couple, and it should be 30 by then. But yeah, I don't mind paying for a good quality prop or art piece a decent amount of money. Uh-oh. Oh, it's a puzzle. I might have broke down. Okay, you know what? It should be fine. Okay, let me look at this for a second. So it looks like I can move all the way over to the wall. So I'm able to walk over it. But it'll block the stairs, so touching that one doesn't do anything. I move this one over. Might be able to do something with that. But I'll have to move that one over, which means I'll have to move this one over if I wanted to go that way. Or no. If I can just hit that one, I can go up here. Okay. So now we're here, and I want to go through the center spot. So I do need to go through the left side. I have to go all the way through the left side to be able to push this one over. And then I have to go through the right side to push the other one over. That means Moving that one to over there. And then I need to go on the far right. Move that one, which requires me getting... Okay. I guess we have to do most of these, if not all. I think there's what, 4? I think it's 4. That's not bad. So, $500 for a high quality art piece that could be a prop. No big deal. $200 for a similar one, still not bad. Between 2 and 5 for a foam option, that's not something that I personally felt was worth it. So I looked at a bunch of different options, and I found like no options that gave me information. We're back on the not showing details rant for a second, but it didn't show where it's coming from. Couldn't figure out how long it would take to ship. I was like, okay, we'll not do that. Let's look at other options. Looked at a bunch of other different swords that I thought would be nice, and I found like 2 or 3 of them. One of the ones I was looking at was like $40, which was for a foam model. Which $40 for that was really reasonable. Didn't tell me where it came from. Didn't tell me where, any information about that. So is this something that'll get here in a week, or is it something that I have to wait over a month for? And if it wasn't going to get in a week, then there was no point in me getting it then, because I wanted it for Anthrocon. Looked at a bunch of different things, and I decided, you know what? If someone's going to charge me $100 for something that's 3D printed, or more, I have a 3D printer. Maybe I should 3D print it. Everything I've 3D printed has not been smooth as 3D printing goes. It is very moody. And so I decided, after like a day of going back and forth, looking at the cost of materials, oh, what do I need to do to paint it? I'm not going to do that. Because the models that I found that I was able to use, so I didn't have to make my own, none of them had an option of a different file type other than the STL type, which normally would be fine. But nothing had a different file type option, or was made in a way that there was spot to put a center support. So if I wanted to put a wooden dowel through this 3D printed piece, because it's a great sword, and this one happened to be 4 feet long, I feel like having a wooden dowel through the center, like a decently thick one, to give it some support and rigidity. Rigidity. That's how you say that word. Would be a great idea. So that way the parts don't separate at the lines, because it can't all be printed in one piece on normal 3D printers, and I don't have one that has the conveyor belt to do long parts. So that wasn't going to happen. But the issue with that file type is I couldn't easily modify it to put a hole through it to be able to do the I didn't even have to do that yet. Oh no, I did, because I had to go to the second room. So I wasn't able to put modify it easily to put a anything through to give support, so I determined that it would be too much work to rebuild the model to be able to do that, and it wouldn't make sense to get one that I didn't feel was sturdy enough to use as a prop, as opposed to just having it, like, displayed on a wall. But if I did, I probably would have ended up spending way more than like the $200 it would have been to actually get a good quality, sturdy one shipped from someone else, and it probably wouldn't have been done in time. And so my little bit of perfectionism ended up saving me time and money, which, for once, I appreciate. Well, I always appreciate saving time and money, but I appreciate the perfectionism causing me not to do something for once. Why do I keep... No, I'm not going to swap Pokemon. I'm going to use the same one. It's the reason why I got these. But back to the shelf topic. I got shelves to put Pokemon stuff on. I had got 2 of them. I built one. It took forever. I don't want to build a second one, but I wanted 2 because they would look better together. So I'll end up building it eventually. And if I did have this Dark Souls, or, well, specifically this one was for an Elden Ring Greatsword, I would be able to put it on top of the shelf to display it. The issue with that is the top of the shelf was supposed to go to display our massive 5 or 6 foot long Croconana that we got. He is a chunky boy, and takes up a lot of space. Before, he was sitting on top of a couple of totes, he was touching the ceiling. Now, there's a 6 foot tall shelf. It is not as deep as the totes were against the wall, which that's my fault, because I didn't want to get the super deep one, because I thought this one would be a good idea. But also, instead of being like 3 or 4 feet off the ground, the shelf was 6 foot tall, so I don't think he would fit vertically. And so now, to stop the dogs from potentially damaging our big Croconana, we have to carry this thing in and out of the bedroom every day. And at this point, it feels like a small child, because when we get ready to go to bed, we have to put the small child or big Croconana to bed in my office, because he can't stay in my office when the dogs are out. He probably could, but we don't want to risk it. And so that's been a new issue that wouldn't have existed if I did not decide to get shelving, or decide what type of, or I guess get the smaller shelving. And we thought, and we probably will for some other items, get one of the plush nuts that people have, because we have a bunch of the small Croconanas as well. I have a bunch of other things, like I have a dragon named Fred, and I have a Chillet. I actually have 2 Chillets from Pal World, a bunch of dogs that are all on top of a shelf, as well as our, I guess it's considered large or big Croconana because it was, or maybe it's giant. It's one of their bigger sizes. I think out of the like list, you have your standard size, you have like size 2, you have size 3, which is the bigger one that they sell normally, and then you have the massive one that if you have been to MFF or Anthrocon, or they were at FWA, and the dealer's den, they have just the massive Croconana that they put on top of their dealer stall, and so we got that big one, and that's basically the size of a person. And so I don't know what the size name is called, but I'm gonna say huge or really big, because the size 3 one I think was called giant, which it is not giant compared to the rather large, really big Croconana. And so because he's so large, we ended up putting 5 or 6 bags of polyfill, so he's like 30 pounds heavy. He's 25 pounds heavy. And I don't think most plush nets will be able to hold a 25-pound Croconana. Not to mention, as I stated, he is 5 or 6 feet long, and he's also pretty large around. And so you can't easily put your arms around him, and I feel like if you try to stuff him in a corner in a net, he's not going to be stuffed in the net. The net's just gonna... It'll just be like a hat. Or what I just thought about from whenever ago, when it was like the meme going around where it's, oh, me, my boyfriend, and his comically large plushie this, or his like 3 foot tall like Arcanine plush or whatever. Why did it redo? That is very rude. I specifically put all of those into place to be able to go to that side of the room. But anyway, so instead of a very tall Arcanine plush, we have a rather large Croconana. And we have a king bed. I don't think he would fit on the king bed. It is very large. But it made me think of that. And so, to me that was funny, but then all of my fun was ruined because the game decided to redo the hard work I put into moving the map around. Now, if I had to fight everyone again as well, that would also probably make it worse. All right. We can finally battle this person. We're finally here. I also did look at it, and I don't have to do the talent contests, so that makes me really happy. I will say this over and over again. The Pokémon games have some of the best music in video games. I don't have like a rating scale, but out of all of the games that have good music, you have the Pokemon games that have really good music. The Final Fantasy games have really good music. Interesting. So you have Pokemon, you have Final Fantasy. Any of the FromSoft Souls-like games. The music in there is absolutely gorgeous. And then this is the one that's kind of not really part of the list, but part of the list is the Doom soundtrack has a really good game that goes along with it. It is not a game with a soundtrack, it's a soundtrack with a game. And I will die on that hill. I love the Doom music. Alright, we will keep our giraffe out. And now it is time to beat up Lucario. That is not a sentence that I think I would have said normally. But we will try our best. Ow! Okay, I guess Lucario is just gonna beat us up. I did not expect that to do that much damage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Or is my... He has to be fighting, right? Or is it... Or is he more steel? Oh, I don't know. Oh no. It's a fighting steel. Okay, so I was right. He is fighting. But oh boy, why does he hurt so much? I could have used a super. That's 100 health. I can't overheal. Why did I use the whole milk? Oh boy. Okay. Can I get him confused? Oh, why did that... I feel like that did so much more damage than It did when I used it on to Giraffe. I knew it. It's not going to be that easy. Can we do it again, though? Not quite, but almost. Okay. Oh. Alright, I thought for some reason they were going to go first, but I'll take it. I was not expecting that. Thank you, game. Takedown. What does takedown do? No, we're not gonna lose takedown. I'm still in shock. I thought we were gonna end up getting one shot by the Lucario again. I thought it was gonna be a difficult battle, but I didn't expect my draft to get one shot. And then I didn't expect to get that one so easily. Okay. I can fly! Okay. I remember that was supposed to happen at some point, I just didn't remember when. I also... I just want to get out. I know I need to... I want Surf at some point. I did get the old rod earlier. I know I was struggling to find that last time I was playing. But I went back and I got it. Because I was going around, because I had to catch I wanted to catch the Budew, so I have a good grass Pokemon for the next gym. Because I think the next one's water. And we have Luxio, so we're covered for lightning, but I also wanted a grass. So we're going to go switch our Pokemon out and get our Luxio back. And then I need, I think what? Gym Leader 5? I think I remember if I looked at, because I was like, I'm going to look it up. I want to beat these gym leaders. I'm not going to go in as blind. But I looked it up, and I think it was Ghost for 5. And so with a Ghost type there, I need something that is dark or Ghost. I don't look at that. No, I wanted to read the thing. I just played an Elden Ring earlier, and I completely remembered the buttons of the Xbox controller, and now I'm forgetting which ones are where for the Switch controller. I also have the Switch controller sitting in front of me. Okay, the Stunky is dark. So we are going to switch our Giraffe with Luxio and our Kadabra with Stunky so we can get grass. Or not grass, a dark Pokemon getting up. I need to find a Ghost, but this seems like a good start. Also, apparently I can find a Poochyena somewhere, and I would love to do that. I need one in my life. So we might go Puccina farming later, because it says that we can find one in the Grand Underground. So we might do that. You know what, that is what we'll do. We will do this next story point with Dawn, then we'll go to the Grand Underground for a little bit. Then I'm assuming we'll get to the next... our objective will update to being able to do the thing with... yeah, we get through the story point with Dawn. And then we should be able to... maybe have it update to the gym one. Bugs. I do have higher flying and rock. But Luxio was neither. Neither. None of the above. I think that's the correct term for that one. We will pull Staravia out. Oh, hello! Thank you! I'm doing good. How are you doing? Tonight has been, I guess, very productive. I expected to be struggling in the fighting gym a lot more than I managed to. So that worked out really well for me. I'd say streaming's going pretty well. Like I just mentioned, I expected to be sitting on the fighting gym and struggling with that for a while, and so now that that kind of got out of the way a lot sooner than I expected, I might be able to make more progress, and so that was my major goal, but now I might try to do the next gym as well, and see if we can at least get up to Gym 4. I don't remember all of the story points because it's been probably 10 years since I've played this game. And so I don't remember how many things are in between Gym 3 and Gym 4. I know this story point with Dawn and Team Galactic is here, but I don't remember if there's another one or how many in between. Because the last time I was playing, I thought I would be able to just walk over to this gym and be fine, but then there ended up being probably I think like 4 things in between to get to the city. Thank you very much. My profile pic is from a sticker set that I've had for a while, and I recently just got this model probably a week and a half ago. Very recently. because I was using a Winterpaw base model before, and I was not very good at doing the recolors of the textures. And so finding this one, which I thought looked really adorable, being able to have the textures done by someone that actually knows what they're doing, I think just makes it look so much better. And so I'm really happy with it. Out of all of the decisions I could have made this month, I think that happened to be one of the better ones. Was find a newer model that I really liked and then have someone actually go ahead and texture it. I don't have a set schedule. I want to do at least 3 days a week right now, but setting a schedule is going to be a little bit difficult because AntherCon is next week. And so I'm going to be unavailable from Wednesday through the next Monday. So that's throughout the entire 4th of July weekend. But I definitely want to do... I think I want to keep doing Sundays because being able to sit down and stream seems like a nice way to end off the weekend. And so, with the exception of next week, because I am going to be unavailable, I think Sundays might become my guaranteed day. Besides that, everything is kind of still up in the air right now. I know that's not the best answer, but I guess it's better than no answer, I guess. I also did not expect to fight a Stunky, and so I managed to go ahead and take off all of my ground Pokemon. If I have a Discord, you're referring to like a community Discord. I do not. I use Discord here and there for things, but managing a Discord was not something that I wanted to dive into right now. That seems like a lot to put on my plate. I will say that Discord is not something that it's something that I try to keep a little bit more private right now, just because and so while I appreciate your request for it, I do not want to give out my Discord. Oh, I did not even read that story point. Okay, I gotta go down. Yes, I am welcome to suggestions. As of right now, I am not looking for overlays. I do have some that I use here and there, but I don't like to do it for normal games. So I am going to politely decline any overlays. I'm assuming I need to do some sort of find some sort of power thing, or maybe it is in the other city. Oh, this town does look kind of cool, though. Oh, a beach. I appreciate you wanting to share your work, but that is not something that I would like in chat. Ooh. Get a Lux right now. almost to that city? Okay, I'm pretty much at that city, it looks like. Being able to remember and have the ability to use a wild Pokemon. Wait. Okay, what was the point of that? It got me nowhere. Use a wild Pokemon for the moves like Cut and Rock Smash is so nice. Every time I have gone to do that in other games, I've forgotten about that. Can I use Bite? I don't know. I have no idea what Glammeow is. I don't remember enough to... Well, I guess it's weak to Bite. So I guess that answers that question. I love how I have the bike, but I'm actually not using it. But like, I think I would use it more if I could just press one button to easily get on it, as opposed to having to go through the menu. This is the... That's observatory. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, I guess just defeat the gym leader. Okay. That seems pretty simple. I say as I'm probably gonna get to the gym and I'm gonna be like, they're not here, go somewhere else. As always happens. I'm gonna need to do the buttons, right? I think that's... Yeah, I think that's what it was. Because these platforms here will float up and down, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so those go down. Hit this one. Oh, this is... Oh, I gotta hit the blue button. Okay, so I gotta get over there. Oh. Okay. Wait, so I hit the green one again. I was gonna go over here. Challenge this dude. Now, would you believe me if I told you up until like a year ago, I thought Shinx, Luxio, and Luxray were based off of dogs and not cats? But like when you look at it from the front, you definitely see that it's supposed to be based off of a cat. But elementary school me and after not having played a Pokemon game very much until recently, I haven't seen a Shinx, Luxio, or Luxray. And so I had no other reference than what 8 to 12-year-old me thought was a dog. Now, unless this is like some really slightly sloped surface, it seems very dangerous for what's it called? It seems really dangerous to be fighting an arena like this if I'm using electric type. Because this dude over here is just sitting there. Let me duck down a little bit. The dude right up there has pants and an inner tube, right? And you can see the water falling from the waterfalls. And the floor is moving like it's you'd imagine a swimming pool to be. And so if I use a lightning, or I guess an electric move, and like you can clearly see that it looks like he's in there. You can't. Is that not like a safety hazard for everyone to get electrocuted there? I guess that's just me looking a little too much into it. But like, that doesn't seem safe. I guess the whole building is a swimming pool, so it's not safe to begin with, but I don't know. I don't know why that thought just kind of clicked with me. It was like, this seems very, very dangerous. Yeah. What if my drink sit for too long and the drink mix kind of clumped together in the bottom again? I guess we'll keep using Spark until it doesn't hit or does not one shot. The pink inner tube reminds me of like the little ring gummies. I was gonna say peach rings, but like I guess it's half the peach ring because the peach ring is, I think, well, it's supposed to be like an orange color though. But it's definitely a pink lifesaver gummy. I have a Staraptor now. Holy shit. Staraptor and I almost have a similar fucking hairstyle right now. We're twins! Although I will say, it all being in one line kind of looks cool. Which move? Oh, what does close combat do, actually? We will not do that. I actually really like my moves that I have there. Wait, is this dude just fishing? Whatever. Okay. So I'm down here now. Gotta fight this dude. And if I hit blue, it'll probably bring it up to the top again, I think. I think we have like two more dudes to fight, and then the gym leader. That is an adorable little thing. The head of the Shellos looks like the little, the little jelly gumdrops. Not even that gumdrop, but like just the rounded ring jellies. We will use Spark again. Now, you would think after fighting the same Pokemon like 4 times, I would remember what it is when I see its name in the list, once I start eventually reading what comes next. But I didn't. I completely forgot what it was. And we have to kill... Oh. This one does not look like a little jelly. That's... I feel bad. It looks adorable. Oh no. I'm so sorry. He was just in the wrong place in the wrong time. I have a feeling I'm not gonna find a ghost Pokemon in anywhere near enough time for the next gym. Unless I get hit by 6 story points, I don't know. We'll see. I'm so confused. What's he wearing? He reminds me of Bane. I'm assuming it's supposed to mimic like a Pokemon, right? Gyarados. That has to be it, right? He has to... It has to be the 3 things to mimic the Gyarados. If he's gonna send out a Gyarados, right? Please don't hurt my Luxray. Oh, we're fine. The one time I will actually use a supporting move. Oh, why did that did so much less damage? Maybe, well, like I said, my special defense rose, but, you know, I guess that maybe that's what it is. Quagsire? I have no idea what that is. Is it the Wooper? Is this like stage 2, stage 3 Wooper? He looks like Baymax or a Squishmallow. Oh. We are down 80. Super Potion to 60. We will use a Super Potion right now and not use a Milk. I don't know what happened with my Thunder Shock, so we're gonna use a Spark. Oh no! Oh no! It doesn't have. Oh no! Wait, he's probably ground, right? He's using Mud. Right, that's what that is. I think, right? Oh god. I have my little weak thing. Please don't one-shot it. Okay. Let's go. Let's go, little seedling. What can I use? There's 20. Paralyzes. I guess we will use Absorb. Oh boy, this is... We will be here for a while. Alright, one more Absorb, and I'll use a potion. I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna metagame it. Okay, ground. Yeah, it is ground and water. Ooh, so I could pull Prinplup out, and I could... Does Prinplup know an ice move? I don't think I've taught it an ice move yet. I don't need to use a potion again though, right? Let me see. Alright, no, we don't have an ice move, but we do have water. And so it's water. It's water ground. Does that mean it's still... No, we'll just use it, or we'll do this one. No. That is very hot water. Oh no. Okay, well, potion. I don't have a burn heal, I think, right? No, I don't have a burn heal, so yeah, I guess we just have to potion and pray. As a reward, we'll buy more super potions after. I didn't buy super potions because I had the milk, because I was like, I don't want to waste the money. But super potions are at most cities, and milk is not. Okay, we just need to not get one shot here, and we should be fine. Why did I say anything? We are obviously not fine, because I said it, we need to not get one shot, and we ended up getting one shot. I should have just switched out then before. And then Buddy would have gotten XP. I do not want to struggle, so we are going to Super Potion. And then we'll start attacking. I'd rather not lose my lightning Pokemon. Electric, close enough, right? And now it's good that I healed because it managed to get it 2 attacks off. Now I get a heal again. And then hopefully we kill it next time. Okay. Do another Thunder Shock. And we win. Well, we lost the grass Pokemon that I specifically wanted to keep for this. But it could have been a lot worse. Defog. So when do I need to buy Surf? I guess I just won't worry about Surf until I need it. And we'll figure it out then. What is my next goal? Exploring. Okay, cool. That's not vague at all. I'm going to buy more super potions, though, because that seems like the smart thing to do, as opposed to later, when I need them, I did not buy them. Ooh. Ooh. We'll get 14. Make it 15. Yeah. Alright, then we'll take 3 revives. Because I needed it, we'll get some burn heals. What else should I probably... Oh, I'm here, I'll get them. I guess we'll get some of everything. I have Awakenings, I have Paralyzed Heal, I have Antidote. Alright, and then I want Great Balls. Because I was catching stuff earlier and I would have really loved them. Alright. That could have gone a lot worse. Could have been broke. After buying all the Pokeballs. Oh, it's a little puddle. Oh! That reflection's really... I'm impressed with that. Maybe that's in the Switch? I'm assuming that's just from the Switch, right? Because there's no update to this game for the Switch too, but that is really cool. Oh, and it's over here too. Ooh. Ooh. How am I easily impressed by a reflection? Does that mean I'm just supposed to go into the observatory then? Is that what it means by explore? I'm so confused. It's an expensive binoculars. These look like pretty normal. Okay, Whooper. That dude's an axolotl. Maybe I said that before, but I haven't noticed that until recently. I don't care about that dude. Alright. Do I have to do? I'm so confused. flower sticker. It's cool, I guess. Gotta talk to dude here. So if Mr. Baja Blast just ran off with potentially the Pokédex, or whatever, I don't remember if we had the Pokédex back. I wasn't paying attention. He just interrupted me from doing that. Like, that could have been really important. And he's like, hey, let's fight. Let's see, we have Grottle or Torterra. Probably Grottle still. I'm not gonna do that one. I want to keep my dark move. Yes, we will switch to Primplup, and then we will switch to Ponyta after, because it's gonna be Grottle. Or no, we can stay Primplup, and we can just use Ice. No, we don't have Ice moves yet. You know what, just for that, I'm using Bubble Beam instead of Water Gun. Alright, cool, dude, you're fast. It doesn't matter. You weren't fast enough. I am learning. I remember his Pokemon somewhat. I kind of just picked this Ponyta last time because I wanted something to go against grass. I didn't raise it to be tough, it kind of just existed. But thanks, though. And if I use this, we should be good, right? Perfect. Now, one thing that I noticed that may or may not be true, or may or may not be known, is it looks like the damage bar goes down in the same amount of time, however much it is. So it'll say it's like a 2-second animation to go from original percent to after hit percent. So even if it's a tiny little bit, it just takes so long to shrink. As opposed to when it's 100 to 0, or just because it has to go all the way down. Alright, now I gotta go find the Baja Blast dude after being interrupted. Hey, you. Oh, it's not perfect. I had to make him run more. That's right. Okay. Probably up then. What does a red shard do? I do not know. Hey, you. I'm tired of chasing you. Stop running. Come back. Finally. He only has a Glammeow? All this effort to run away with your Glammeow? Cool. Am I... Is that... Where's the entrance to the lake? Is that this way? No. I mean, it looks like a lake's to the right, but I don't know where the entrance to the lake is. It's very much not... Is this Cynthia? It is! Yes! I was like, she looks like Cynthia, but I didn't want to say anything. It is. So, it is Cynthia, so that's kind of cool. Thanks, Cynthia. I don't know what this is. I didn't read what it did, but I appreciate the item. Now come back. That's so far away. All right, what is the item that I just got? Okay. So I gotta open this up. Didn't we have a whole text box about being able to use fly? Well, why can't I use fly then? Okay. So I guess up and over is the faster way. I forgot that it's a fence maze, not a phase-ments. That is not the same thing. Oh, there we go. I swear I know how to navigate a pathway. About to go this way. I remember this enough. We will stop at the Pokemon Center because we're here. And I wish there was an easier way, or not an easier, just a way to get rid of the Poketech. I don't want to see it. I want to minimize it. It was cool for like 5 minutes, and now I just want that part of my screen back. Okay. So it's like here, right? Oh. They're just standing there menacingly up there. Standing there menacingly. Not up there, up there. Alright, Cynthia, you're like cool and all, but I don't want to do the errands. I just want to get through the gyms. But I guess I'll do it. Go away, Cricket. How effective is this? Not enough. So I want to get through the thing so that my next story point is do gym and get a Poochyena. I took one step. You're telling me I couldn't see the big horse one step away. But I might have to skip getting to the gym point and just try and get a Puccina for a while. I don't like this extra tall grass. Someone needs to bring a lawnmower through here. Or a string trimmer. We will go do this. Deliver the charm. And then we will look for a Puccina for a little bit. Oh. Okay. Get me out of this stupid thing. Come on. Here we go. Wait. Was I supposed to get something that removes fog? Did I just not? Am I? Did I not get Dispel Fog? What did I miss? Sorry, I was supposed to do the Safari game. Alright, you know what? We will go look for a Puccina. We will go do the Safari leader. Actually, spacious, dazzling, icy. Star Gleam or Glacial? Okay, so we look out for those caves. I got stuck in a rock. Alright, Geodude. I don't feel like fighting you. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but no. We are going to go down this way because while I don't know if it's correct, I assume that since I have the option to exit where I entered, I have the option to exit where I didn't enter, and I can use this to walk my way down to the other thing. By the other thing, I mean get back down towards the safari area, maybe. Spacious cave. Do we have a Poochyena? The internet says I can get one. What are you? Look like an apple. Oh. Okay, it just looked weird from above. I am not interested in fighting that. Were you? No, the flowers block me. Alright, so its ear extends when it makes noise and it shrinks back down after? I am confused. Oh. Alright, so did it just tell me I couldn't run away just to throw me away from it? I'm good. That doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so I just gotta try to get my way more down, it looks. It looks like I should have gone... I'll go back to that spacious cave. And then we'll go down instead. Because if the map up there is actually somewhat of a map, that is what my intuition would tell me to do. I'm not saying it's correct, but it looks like that is the better way to get towards the direction I want to go. I want to go to the right. We got dudes and flowers. Don't care about that. We can go down or right. I'm gonna go this way because I want to look on the left side of this cave, this cavern, whatever it's supposed to be. A Geodude, I don't care. Go away, rock. hello. I might have been lied to by the internet. Shocking. I'm going to use the caves to go wander to where I think I need to be, though. I hope you're having a good night. Yes, that is correct. I do want the ghastly, though. Sir? Hello? What, is this encounter broken? What's going on? What about you? Okay, that one worked. I used to, not as much now. Alright. Probably shouldn't have used the super effective mode. It has changed a little bit. Oh, okay, that worked. Mainly just skin got unhappy, and with how work is, it's not as feasible as it had been in the past. And so it's more so just timing and everything. It does not make it as feasible to do every day. I probably could do it a lot more than I do. I'm just going to use a Great Ball this time, because I don't feel like going through all of my Pokeballs. Why is this thing being so difficult to catch? I think this is like the second most difficult to catch Pokemon I've had to deal with, besides the giraffe earlier. Oh, I don't want to give it a nickname. You will go to a box for later. But I looked multiple times to see what my options were for dark Pokemon, and it said that I could potentially get a Pochina down here, even though it's not part of the region. But then I saw other things saying it's not available unless you trade. So I am unsure. I just know it's not catchable on the surface. But maybe this will be a losing quest of trying to find a Pokemon that doesn't actually exist. I am unsure. I have no idea what this thing is, though. I don't think I've ever seen... Well, I think I've seen this the last time I was down here, but I haven't seen this Pokemon other than in the underground. I will try to catch this one, and then see from there. Can I get away with a regular Pokeball? No, I cannot. We will go back to the Great Ball. There we go. Why did I even try a regular Pokeball? I could have guessed it wasn't going to work, but I still gave it a shot. Yes! We have another evolution. Evolving Pokemon. Upgrade. Alright, so that's 40... Always goes first. And we will replace that because I would rather have guaranteed a guaranteed attack. Here is a poison bug. Not gonna lie, it has a cute little face. I did not expect that I would say that about a scorpion, but here we are. Okay, now, if I just press go up, where does this take me? I can't exit somewhere else. Okay, so stop opening the map. Wait, okay, if I look at the map. So I have to go back up where I came from. Okay, so that's misleading. Then that means that I had to make my way back down to the thing. That is upsetting. So that'll be a not right now thing to deal with. But what is a right now thing is finding my USB-C cable. There we go. Got that. We have this over here. We poke around with the buttons, which brings us to our wonderful thing known as the camera that keeps breaking. And it goes up vertically. And I am going to call that. No, I'm dropping everything. I am going to call that good enough to say I'm a professional. And we're over here now. And because it's quiet, we're gonna put music back on. And with music, we get to open. Yeah, it's better in frame now. We have two base set packs and a box. And so we'll do one, and then the box, and then the last one. Because I would like to get more grass Pokemon or the likes for my actual deck. And this pack just like look at that, it just exploded. I do not like that. So if I'm correct, we put the one over. And we have the grass energy, so that makes me kind of happy. I'm going to do the button. And so we have this dude. We have that one. We have a fish. That's kind of cute. A bird. We have a hypno. We have a beach. We have a reverse hollow research. A reverse hollow Chansey. And a rubber room. probably my least favorite Pokemon and why I was not too excited about Scarlet and Violet originally. Because how are Pokemon cars and appliances? So we have the box that, if I use my mouse to go over here, okay, we have the box that opens and hits the camera. It opens up, and we got a couple things in the box. We get, oh, it comes with dividers. So we have a Flareon divider, Jolteon, a Leafeon, and an Umbreon divider. I did not know that was part of it, but that's actually very neat. Oh, or the other side is Vaporeon, Sylveon, Glaceon, and Espeon. I know some of my Pokemon. We get the Sylveon promo. That looks very, very left heavy to me, but it is what it is. So we have an Espeon Umbreon pack that we're running. Oh, I guess. Yeah. What we're gonna open first. Got code card. We put the energy on the front. And we get a hollow fighting. We get a Hoot. Mars? I don't know. Furfro. Riolu. Never heard of that one in my life. Briar. Don't care. Oh, it's a Pokeball hollow. We have Ogre's Mask. We have a reverse hollow rescue board. And a Flareon. The next one has an Eevee and a Sylveon on it. Code card, put the energy on the front. We've got Psychic, got Execute, got a Larry, we have a Dunsparce, we have a Goldeen, we have a Seaking, Kieran, Executor. We have Badoo, the thing that a reversal Badoo actually. We have another Screamy thing and another Pokemon that I have not heard of before. Cool, I guess. We have a Jolteon Flareon, Vaporeon pack. With another Fighting Energy. Friends. We have Lopunny. We have Dreepy. We have Miltank. Under Depths. Regigigas. Carmine. We have a Pokeball Hollow Slowpoke. That is a beautiful card. A reverse hollow Hippopotas. And we have another hollow Larry's. This is Glaceon Leafeon. I don't know if there's a difference in what the print is on the front. But I guess we'll find out once we get through all of the prismatic packs at some point. Steel energy. Yeah, steel energy. We have an apple. We have a Sneasel. We have a Hoodoo. We have Black Belt Training. We have Crispin. We have another Screaming thing. A Glass Trumpet. We have an Ancient Reverse Hollow. What are you? Roaring Moon. We have a Reverse Hollow Eevee. That's actually a good looking card. And we have a shiny Dunsparce. Cool. And our other base, or Scarlet and Violet base set pack, has the purple thing on it. I do not know the name, and I cannot pronounce it. We put the energy on the front. We have a Steel Energy, Steel Cobra, Bisharp, another Riolu, Go-Go. It was like a Go-Gurt. We have Sixzar, Vitality Band, Toxtricity. We have a Reverse Hollow Meditite, a Reverse Hollow Pineco, and that's pretty cool, a shiny Skeledirge. So that is what, like 4 grass Pokemon that I got for the grass deck that I'm trying to build. So that's not too helpful, but it is what it is. All right. Thanks everyone who joined and got to see me run around for 30 minutes looking for a Pokemon that probably does not exist in the game because the internet lied to me, like the internet does. Have a good night.